All right, Cancer. Let's see what's happening. Here we have a 9. This is the 9 of Wands, and wands are motion. So you may be actually physically going through closets, your garage, releasing things, and this can be even grander than that. This can be changing behaviors that no longer work for you, releasing behaviors, ideas, philosophies, that things that don't work for you. So it does feel like, Cancer, you had a big aha moment last year. And so this is kind of like a little extension of that, kind of cleaning up the stuff that no longer works for you, whether it's on the emotional, physical, or spiritual level. But this 9s are right before things completely change. So it does look like you're in the ending of the process. So yeah, just looks like you're organizing your thoughts, your physical things, your actions. So it does look like you're releasing some behavior that no longer works for you. This could be addictions. This could be how you relate in an interpersonal relationship, something that did not work, and you are healing yourself from this, is what I'm seeing. What crosses you here is you may have had to walk away from someone, something, could be a job, could be relationships, family member, something that was kind of bringing you down, bringing you a little more drama than you needed to. It does look like this, the moon is lit up here, so it does feel like that you've been internalizing a lot of these feelings, that it may be more beneficial to bring them up and out, whether it's actually communicating with someone or just writing it down and getting it out of your body. But it does look like you had to walk away from a person, a situation, or a place that wasn't working for you. It does look like the initiation of the motion was out of anger. This red cloak is lighting up for me, indicating that you were probably really angry and you had to walk away. So this does feel like more a relationship space than it was a job or a house or something like this, but it does feel like you were very emotional about it, and that you were emotionally invested, and you had to walk away from that investment. It was not what it presented itself to be. The Tower here is lessons through destruction. This is, ignoring something that you know is not right, or giving someone a second, third, fourth chance. And Spirit, if Spirit thinks you're on the wrong path, will explode whatever direction that is. So it does look like something that has happened to you, Cancer. This can be on the interpersonal relationship. This can be health-wise, jobs, whatever it was very sudden to you, although all the warning signs were there. So once we ignore the warning signs, then Spirit has no other choice but to kind of disintegrate it in front of our faces. Water signs tend to hang on to things a little bit longer than they should, whether it's jobs, relationships, houses, addictions, but it does look like something kind of blew up in your face that you weren't expecting, or that you weren't paying attention to the signs that were coming. So Knight of Cups is here. Knights is about motion. This Knight is in the forward motion. Cups are messages of love or true love. So it does look like you have had to communicate a little bit to the ones that you love, either about the situation or to the person. It can be a Queen of Wands or a fire sign in general. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is what it's feeling like. But it looks like you had to pull up your big boy, big girl boots and have a discussion about some things that were unequal, is what it feels like. But I'm feeling like something has ended or is about to end. Some kind of relationship, agreement. If it's with a family member, it's usually some big sweeping change. You might have been paying the rent for somebody and no more of that kind of thing. Things that are really unhealthy for you have kind of stopped abruptly, very abruptly, with the Tower. King of Pentacles is here, and Pentacles are earth signs. That's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This may be a male or a female, and kings are really the exalted the exalted ones. And as I said, this feels earthly. So it feels like you had to be very courageous. And you had to balance some things. It doesn't look like someone was being very fair to you. So you had to do the courageous thing and end it, it feels like. So it could have been a new relationship that didn't work out, Cancer. Could be some health thing that you were ignoring. So whatever behavior you were doing that was kind of bringing this negative energy time to time, you're really taking a look at that, Cancer, and really making those changes. It does feel like it has benefited you financially or emotionally, but this King of Pentacles tells me you had to do some hard stuff, that you had to, talk the talk and walk the walk as well. So it does look like it was something that you put off for a while, but now it kind of is like boom, right in your space. If this is a person, again, that is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, and this can be someone that helped you facilitate this change that you truly trust. But it does look like your money was affected or is being affected by this big change as well. The 2 is here in the future position, and wands are about fire, about motion. 2s are always about balance, so it does feel like you're getting back into balance, getting back into what you want, starting to heal yourself a little bit or find answers to the kind of burning questions that you've had for a while. This 2 indicates looking out into the world and looking at the bigger picture, what you want to do in the future. It can indicate that it's time to gather facts and gather things before you start off on a new journey. This can be travel. It does feel like international travel over a large body of water. This may be coming up for you during the summer season if you are on the Western Hemisphere. This family crest is kind of lighting up for me, and it's feeling like the red and the white are feeling like you need to make things a little bit more simpler, and that there's some anger kind of wrapped up in the family agreements. It does feel like you're looking at how you were raised and releasing the things that no longer work for you, the resentments that no longer work for you. You can carry it all the rest of your life, but it's not going to do you any good. It's best to forgive yourself, forgive your family dynamic, and the best thing I find is living well. Just living well and doing what I need to do to kind of break that family chain. This can be addictions that are being looked at as well. And that can be drugs and alcohol, or it could be behavior too. If you're a big codependent, that doesn't work for you anymore. So it does look like you're really getting down and dirty and looking at the things that you've carried with you all your life and that you really would like to let go, so you can have a cleaner slate and a much happier existence. It does look like that healing has taken place, and it's not based on anger anymore, that you've kind of rose your compassion for yourself as well as others. And with the basis of all this, this is the 7. This is the 7 of Wands. This does feel like you might have been backed into a corner, or someone tried to manipulate you, maybe use you because you have a very big heart, Cancer. So maybe someone was kind of trying to manipulate you, but it does feel like someone was putting you in a corner, trying to either get you to pay for them, or kind of using guilt or manipulation in some way to have you engage in their jive. And it just feels like it's jive. It really wasn't what you want to do, and you felt it. So it does look like that's the basis of where the change began. But it doesn't look like, don't put baby in the corner kind of thing. But it does look like manipulation and deceit was being used prior, and that you kind of pulled the mask off of that and saw what's really going on. The Queen of Wands is right here. Wands can stand for a fire sign. That's Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. And the Queens, the Wands are kind of like motion, get things moving. And this may be the person that was deceiving you, if this does stand for a person. But this wand, she really stands for being socially prominent, getting out there in the world, having a position of authority, being honorable with your words. Also can be a position of leadership. So you may be being offered a position of leadership, Cancer. But it does feel like that you have released a lot of the resentments, and that you're looking to be in integrity and looking to grow a little bit more from this situation. It's Cancer. Sometimes, I know us water signs, we can sit and stew in it and paddle around in the puddle for a little bit, but it does look like you are pushing this out of the way and really doing what you need to do. But this thing really took a hit. You took a hit with your trust, and it does feel like you're kind of internalizing that you're wary of your own choices and trusts. So it does look, saying that, this looks like the kind of where you're at right now, kind of guarding yourself, going intrinsically, kind of pushing the stuff outside. But it does feel you're super guarded over your heart right now. So whatever happened, whether you're with this person currently or you have dissolved it, it does feel like you are really, really protecting your heart. And it does feel like these swords of communication are lighting up for me. And it feels like you were trying really hard to be fair and honest and communicate, but the person really wasn't hearing you. It's like saying it's a beautiful day and they hear, isn't it sunny out? It's kind of the same, but it's not really what you said. So it does feel like there was a bit of static and confusion in communication in this situation. The Fool is here at the top, and that doesn't mean being foolish. This is the beginning of a journey. The Fool is the beginning of the story of the Tarot. It is the 0 card. It really represents us on our karmic journey and the beginning of our karmic journey. So with all this kind of trust issues and things blowing up in your face, could even be health, it kind of wavered your faith a little bit. But it does feel like you're coming out of it, and you're looking at your gratitude. You're looking at how you can start things anew. And the Fool, he's taken a leap of faith right off of this ledge right here. And that's kind of what it indicates. Now it's time to trust yourself. I know your trust is wavering a little bit. You're not trusting what you see, what you heard, and where you give your heart. So you're kind of rebuilding that trust with the Fool here and taking a chance on trying new things. And for a while, you may just want to surround yourself with people who you truly trust, that you can be just who you are. But the Fool kind of indicates taking a leap of faith, and don't close off completely that there are wonderful things out there, and the world needs your wisdom, sweet Cancer, and your perspective. So don't hide too long. The Fool is right here for new beginnings. All right, the Page of Pentacles is right here. Pages usually are about messages. Pentacles are physical things. This can be good news regarding money or material goods, worldly ambition. You may be getting a raise. You may be getting honored, or a promotion. It's feeling more like a promotion or honoring of some contribution you have. So if you're an artist, someone may be, giving you kudos for your lovely art. Your boss may finally recognize all the work and the overtime that you're doing. But this is it feels like an honoring for the things that you have already done in the past. This may even affect money in a positive way. The Death card is over here. This is endings, plain and simple. There is no other cards around it like people. So it does feel like you have been looking at your longevity, your health, and what you want to do with the rest of your life. So ending things and beginning things. So you've got the ending card here and the beginning card here. So it's time to start doing new things. If you get between two choices, I encourage you to try something new. Take the road less traveled. Take the new road. But things are starting to end that have maybe frustrated you for a while. This could be relationship space. This could be family dynamics. This could be addictions. It does look like there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train, is what I like to say. So the Death card is here to remind you to end the things that you need to end instead of waiting for Spirit to take their hand in it, because it looks like this if we don't make those changes. So that is your general reading, sweet Cancer, for the month of May. I'm going to throw a couple of these past life cards for clarity. They usually just validate what's going on. So unrequited love. So this does feel like you may have some heart pain around either a love that didn't work out or a love that you've wanted that isn't going to happen this lifetime. So it does feel like you have some sorrow and some healing to do in the heart space, in the love space. And the next one is karmic relationship. So every relationship that we have, whether it works out or not, is an agreement to come together to learn from. Sometimes it's a painful lesson. Sometimes it's a beautiful lifelong lesson. But whatever it is, we always learn from it. So you did learn from this situation, Cancer, and it does look like it was a bit painful.